All right, guys. The Toronto Raptors, they win again. They are on a 2-game winning streak. And just like that, they're going to have a chance to get that 3-game winning streak pizza party when they host the Cleveland Cavaliers in less than 24 hours on the second night of a back-to-back. But the Raptors get this one done. They beat the Houston Rockets, returning the favor from last Friday where the Raptors got their butts kicked in Houston. It looked like the Raptors were going to kick Houston's butt in this one, but then the Rockets made it interesting late, but the Raptors hold on to the 3-point win. We're going to talk about it. Do me a solid, everybody. Hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. So the Raptors win 107-104, and it was a solid outing by Toronto. And it seems like the Raptors always show up in the game after making a trade. They're 3-0 in the game after making a trade. I mean, if you go back to the OJ Anunoby trade, Raptors won their first game out of that. Then you go back to the Siakam trade, Raptors won their game out of that trade. And then out of the deadline, the Raptors win this game. So they definitely had that extra pep in their step for this one. Going up against a Rockets team that was without former Raptor Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet's going to be missing the next couple of games. So he was in Toronto, but he did not play. He's going to have to wait to play against his former team now in Toronto until next season. But the Raptors, they still gave Fred VanVleet a nice tribute video before the game. It was awesome to see. And I love that they, had so many key moments of Fred VanVleet's career in there, especially him with the big balls celebration. They did not cut that out. And I don't know, it didn't seem like Fred VanVleet was emotional watching it, but it definitely brought some emotions, watching that. Despite how you feel about VanVleet, he was a big piece of this Raptors franchise while he was here. So obviously VanVleet now is with the Rockets. The Raptors are in their new chapter of their franchise. And yeah, the Raptors, they came to play in this one, guys. I mean, they came out guns a-blazing, 34-20, outscoring the Rockets in that opening quarter. And then the Raptors really just applying the pressure. But then Houston flipped the script in the fourth. They outscored the Raptors 33-19, making it a game. I thought the Raptors' late game execution in this one wasn't good. Houston, they got back into this game mainly because of the three ball. They hit 15 threes. Dylan Brooks hit a couple of clutch threes late. Then Houston had a chance there at the end to tie it, but Jeff Green's attempt was no good. It did look like he got his foot behind the line, but the shot wasn't close. As the Rockets, they were led by Dylan Brooks, and then Whitmore had 17 from off the bench. He did leave this game, did not return. And then you look at the Raptors, they were led by the OG and Anunoby package. Yes, RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley doing the heavy lifting in this one. Quickley, 25 points, 9-19 from the field, 4-9 from three, was a plus 21, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. RJ, man, he continues to impress me. He has been the most consistent player on this team. Another solid and efficient outing from the Canadian. 21 points, 8 of 12 from the field. He was 4 of 5 from the free throw line, hit 2 clutch free throws late in this one to give the Raptors a 3-point lead. 7 assists, did a great job playmaking, 5 rebounds. He was a +8. RJ Barrett continues to be that steady hand for the Toronto Raptors. And I mean, between he and Quickley, they were a big reason why the Raptors ended up winning this game. And then another big reason why the Raptors pulled out this W was Jakob Poeltl. I mean, when it looked like the Raptors were ready to fall apart in that fourth quarter, Poeltl, he remained steady in the middle. He had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 6 blocked shots. I mean, he was unbelievable when it came to the rim protection in this game. He was a +14, 7 of 11 from the field, and a year to the day where the Raptors acquired Poeltl in that trade, he was big. So Barrett, Quickley, and Poeltl really did a lot of the heavy lifting. And then you look at Barnes, bit of a slump here, third straight game where he struggled from the field and from three, 4 of 16, 0 of 3 from deep. But Barnes, very quietly, almost had a triple-double. Still had 13 points, had 10 rebounds, and had 8 assists. I thought he did a good job with his facilitating in this one. And, falling 2 assists shy of a triple-double. He had 2 blocks. Scottie Barnes, the thing about him is, even if his offense isn't rolling in a game like this, he can still impact the game in more ways than one with his defense, his facilitating, his rebounding. So I know a lot of people want to see the Scottie Barnes of old that we saw in the first part of the season, where he was consistently scoring 20 plus points and getting his offense and hitting that three ball. But if Scottie Barnes is contributing to winning, I think that's all you can ask for. This is a guy that is able to affect the game in many ways. And, you are going to see this from Barnes, where if he doesn't have his offense going on the night, he's going to still find a way to get 10 rebounds and close to 10 assists and a couple block shots. So that's Barnes's game. I think we really need to just temper our expectations. I'm not saying he can't be the superstar. He's obviously an all-star, but just because Scottie doesn't go out there and score 20 plus, 25 plus a night doesn't mean he necessarily didn't impact the game overall in terms of winning. This was a prime example of that. Again, his offense has been off last couple of games, but he gives you a little bit of everything, which is his game. He's versatile like that. He's very multifaceted, and showing us again in a game like tonight, didn't have his offense rolling, but still was able to affect the game. So you look at Gary Trent Jr., struggled from the field, but I thought his defense was good in this one. Also had 4 steals, 3 assists. He was a plus 17 despite shooting poorly. So Gary Trent Jr. definitely brought his A game in terms of his defense. Remember, Gary Trent Jr. had all those steals that one season. Definitely got a little flash in the pan here of Gary Trent Jr. being that aggressor, being able to disrupt players and create turnovers by, racking up the steals. So it's nice to see that with Gary Trent Jr., as obviously the Raptors didn't trade him. Bruce Brown had 11 points from off the bench. He got 22 minutes. And then the rest of the rotation was Wara. We saw him in 7 minutes. Jonte Porter, we saw him in 11 minutes. He had 7 points. And then Grady Dick, 20 minutes. So a little bit more playing time now. Obviously, that Schroeder's not here anymore. And 6 points. And then as for the newcomers, they were available to go in this one, but ultimately did not play. So we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to see the official debuts of Kelly Olynyk, who looks so happy to be here. I mean, every time I look at Kelly Olynyk, he has a smile on his face. He hasn't stopped smiling, it seems. And then Abaji, we will see their debuts tomorrow. Again, they were available tonight, but did not play, which is expected. I mean, it was a little bit of a quick turnover. They did pass their physicals, which is obviously good news. But yeah, you look at the Raptors, guys, they get the job done. They definitely looked good in this one through the first 3 quarters. Last quarter, I thought they were a little bit sloppy, got lazy, obviously allowed Houston to come back. Houston was hitting their threes. But overall, I mean, you look at the effort the Raptors gave in this one, did a good job protecting the basketball, only 12 turnovers to the Rockets 21. Points in the paint, they dominated the Rockets 56-38. They led by as many as 22. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the field or from 3. I mean, they didn't shoot it well at all from 3. They were 30%, 42% from the field, but they still found a way to grind out this win. Got to the line 19 times. And the Raptors, their defense was the main culprit as to why they got off to that big lead and really were able to take full control of this game in the first 3 quarters, especially, with all the steals and blocks they were able to rack up. So the Raptors, they made it interesting for themselves in the 4th, but they close out the win. And if you are Team Tank, now the Raptors are a full game up on the Memphis Grizzlies for the 6th worst record in the NBA. So not sure what the Raptors' game plan is from here on out. But look, they've won 2 games in a row, looking to make it 3 wins in a row. And Bobby Webster said they're not trying to tank. They're just going to go out there and play the game. So whether that results in the Raptors keeping their pick, not keeping their pick, that remains to be seen. But for those of you curious, the Raptors are now a full game up on the Grizzlies, who do have the 6th worst record in the NBA. Raptors right now would be on the outside looking in. But the Raptors, they get the dub, 2 in a row. Hornets, Rockets. The real test is going to be how this team looks on the second night of a back-to-back against the hottest team in the NBA. Cleveland just been on a whole other level right now. Last time Cleveland was here, though, they lost to the Raptors, which was Quickly and Barrett's first game as a Raptors. So if Quickly and Barrett can play like this again and Barnes can give you a little bit more offensively and give you a better offensive outing, should be an interesting game, especially with the newcomers in the mix with Olynyk and Abaji. We should see them in the next one. So that is it for me, everybody. That is going to conclude today's recap. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Leave your comments down below. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. It's Lucas signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe.